Welcome to the channel, everybody. Level in Diecast, covering probably the absolute favorite thing I love to do on the channel. That, of course, is Matchbox Woodworking Rigs. This is the newest mix of the year. This is mix number 2 for 2025. Yes, we're moving right along. Quite early for mix B to be dropping. Going to be 3 carryovers, 1 brand new deco. This particular one we're going to start with is number 7 of 16 for the year. This is our International Workstar, the Street Cleaner. This is, of course, carry forward. We've talked about this a bazillions of times. It is unfortunate that this is what's happening with Matchbox Woodworking Rigs. So this is our street sweeper. It does have an opening section here in the back. There is some of that kind of grayish color that they use to avoid chrome, but for engine details looks pretty good. There's the details on the other side, kind of like some vacuum details. Of course, there is the vacuum section that goes to the bottom here. Scrubbers on here as well. The scrubbers don't move, the vacuum doesn't move. And then, of course, the drum roller to pick up all the good stuff. So that opens up, and then, of course, the back of this opens up as well, so that you'd be able to dump all the junk that you've picked up off the ground. But pretty minimal, real working parts for this particular casting. Now, this is the exact same deco as its debut. Now, you may say, well, what else have we seen it in? Well, we have not seen it in anything else. This is the debut one right here. This is dated M47. You see there. It is the exact same deco. Carrying over, says street services on there, keeping the streets clean. This is the first time this was re-released. This one dated it's underneath the scrubber there. It's like R36, I think. R36. So this is our first re-release. So our original one here on the bottom, re-release on the top. The quality of prints, you can see just the deco on the side of the tank. Just a little bit better print on the top. Now, this is the original one. You see how the I in services is green? Well, for some reason, they left that off on the first re-release. So that's not on there, and it's not on either side. That wasn't it's not an error or anything like that. That was how it was. They just forgot to include that little I print in there, which is probably just opaque. It's probably just based on the green behind the white print. But that's kind of the only difference there. Now, this being our newest one, so the previous one right here with no I on it, now we're moving on to our brand new one. They have put that I back on there as a print. So it is a printed green color. Is different than the base color itself of the green tank. You see just differences in the quality of prints other than that. Darker on this one on the top, but the prints themselves are all the same. Also street services, the greens are pretty close. The plastic on the new one right here is a little bit more kind of pea green versus this kind of brighter green here. You can see that pretty good on the camera as well. But again, it's a re-release. It's another model that we've seen. It's unfortunate because this is the second re-release for this particular one. And we have yet to see another deco on that for some reason, which is really, really frustrating. All right, very, very nice to see this casting still being used. Western Star 6900 XD. This is the heavy-duty tow truck. Now, this one has also been re-released once before, so this will be our second re-release. This one happens to be number 12 of 16. So we'll crack this one out of here. This one is very, very cool. Does exactly what you expect it to do for a tow truck. It's not a rotator, though. Unfortunately, not a rotator. So the lift bar is actually held in by the hook. You pull the hook out, and then you can drop the tow bar down. This also slides out so that you get your lift. So if you wanted to lift something, put the hook back in there. So it gets pretty close to the ground. You put that on there, and then once you push this back, there it gives you your lift, and then you can tow it away. It's super, super cool. Very effective, very small detail on there that works extremely well. Just slide it back in there. And then if you want to put it back away, you just put that up there, slide the hook back in. This does go all the way up as well if you want to get it out of your way. Outriggers don't move or nothing like that, the balancers or anything like that, but it's pretty good. This particular one, it says Aguirre's towing on it, Western Star, on call 24/7. There's all your deets. Now, the original release, this is the absolute very first OG. Look at this. A50 is the day code for this. This is an OG real working rig. I think this was either in Mix 1 or Mix 2 of the original launch of this line. But it's the exact same one. This one does have a chrome grille, chrome steps on here, chrome smokestacks, a little bit of print on the back of the light bar as well. This one is in a dark red. It also has silver print on the top for the diamond plating and stuff. Looks really, really, really good. No prints on the back for taillights or anything like that, but this one looks very, very nice. Then they re-released it and they completely changed it just entirely. Completely different red. There's also no print on the top for the diamond plating. They left that off. There's no print for the light bar on the back. They left that off. And then they switched to gray. So they got rid of as much chrome as they could. Luckily, they still kept the smokestacks in chrome, but everything else was kind of cheapened up. It is the same deco on the side, though, all the same details. It's just a different color. So this one was actually pretty nice because it was quite different. Now, moving on to our current one here, you see we go back to the chrome. We are back to chrome. So the top one right here is the newest release. We now have the chrome grille back and the chrome steps back, which is really, really nice. The color itself is the same. Still no print for the light bar or anything like that. And no print for the diamond plating, which is unfortunate. But all the rest of the details are exactly the same. And then just a little bit of the finer print details for the, toolboxes and stuff like that if you want to see that. I don't know if we can get that white one quite there. It's fire extinguisher and some other stuff in there. But really, really nice. Really, really nice. I really am digging that particular casting. And always like when we get something different. Something that's different enough on the re-release. All right, another re-release model. Carry forward, however you want to put them. International Workstar 7500 dump truck. Now, they have re-released a bunch of these dump trucks just all over the place, but this is the first time we're seeing the purple one re-released. So we'll take that for now. 8 of 16 is the number on this one. So first re-release of the purple dump truck for Wise Bros. Of course, it says WBH for Wise Bros Hauling. Purple on the side here. It's a dump truck. It does dump truck stuff. It goes up, and of course the back section opens up. This model is a little bit on the skinnier side, especially compared to most real working rigs, but that's okay. See, we do have chrome grille, chrome bumper, chrome steps and stuff, so we're gonna like that. We're gonna like that for sure. Now, this is the original release of that purple one right here. This one is dated, potentially. Let's see here on the base. Looks like it may not be dated, so this is probably the very first mix before they started dating models. There's no date code on the... Oh, there it is right there. My bad. B18. So it came right after the tow truck we saw earlier. But as you can see, it's the exact same details. We'll put our new one on the top. The top one is the new release. The bottom one is the previous one. We still have all the same details. Still has all the chrome. Still retains all the chrome. This new one on the left-hand side had a little bit of print for the visor. Unfortunately, we lost that print for the visor, but that's okay. The other thing about this particular casting, because how old it is, you see there's a lot of changes to the base. So this is the updated base here on the top. Then there is the previous base on the bottom. So we'll take that. We'll take that. That's definitely going to be different enough. And then, of course, your original there on the left, new one on the right. Nothing different between the two. And then the purples themselves are pretty spot on. The new one is a little bit lighter purple, but not dramatic. But it's all right. It's all right. I'm just happy that it's only the first time we're getting that re-released. So we're going to take that as a win. Now, we finally have made ourselves to the only brand spanking new one in the mix. Another deco for the Scania Tactical Command Center. This is for Matchbox Fire Department. El Segundo. This is unit number 25. This carries over a theme that started maybe mid last year. It's made its way onto quite a several models between moving parts and the main line. Now we are seeing it in the real working rig line. This is number 5 of 16 for the year. Brand spanking new deco for this one. Always like brand spanking new decos. There is the Scania, which is really, really nice. The only bad thing about this model is it's mostly plastic. Just this red part of the cab right here is all that's metal. Everything else that you see on here is plastic, including the base, which is unfortunate. So really nice prints on the front. Unfortunately, we don't get any prints on the base which would be the yellow part for headlights and stuff. But at least the front is all decoed up. Looks good. Actually, really, really nice, crisp prints as well. Details on the side of this cab. It says Scania EMS number 25, Tactical Command. Of course, Matchbox Fire Department, El Segundo. This one has a couple of slide-out sections here. Well, one slide-out section. It looks like two, but it's technically one slide-out section. So we get the section to start sliding out for us. You got to kind of get it out a little bit. And then once you get it out, you can kind of grab underneath it and pull it out the rest of the way. This one's always been very difficult. There's no little notch piece to grab onto to pull it out. There we go. So there is the slide out, all slid out. And then there is a little ladder in there. And sometimes, just to make things a little bit easier, I will just put something in there to pull it out. Sometimes it'll slide out on its own, sometimes it won't. But the ladder slides out and then it just drops down. After all, it is a command center. So it would be sitting there just like that with the, being able to walk up and get into the command center. And it's right on the ground level. Looks good. It's all hollow in there. There's nothing fancy. But I do like it. I think it looks pretty good. And the ladder is in there. So, like, you don't have to worry about losing the ladder. It will stay in there. No big deal. Get that slid back in there. And then it does have a little satellite dish on the top. It does not rotate 360, but it does open up on the top. So a little bit of extra detail on there. And then just the rear section, a little bit of prints on the back as well. No taillights or anything like that. I'm not even sure where the taillights would be. So I don't even see any details in the casting. But there you go. That is Matchbox Real Working Rigs mix number 2 for 2025. Carry forward, carry forward, carry forward. Brand spanking new. Now, we will be seeing another brand new casting at some point this year. Hopefully 2 new castings at some point this year. But I would rather no new castings and start seeing more new decos. So let me know what you guys think about that. Drop a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are about this. You know, Real Working Rigs, probably my favorite line of all time in all of diecast. At all. I mean, all-time favorite. And I, if we only get re-releases, I'll take it. But I really would like to get some new stuff from Matchbox. But anyways, we're going to roll out. We'll see your comments. As always, don't forget to subscribe. Level them, Deck F.